Everyone needs to hear this story that I'm about to tell. Everyone needs to hear this story. You have to hear this because you have to hear about how much this country and the people who are in power really care about you, which is absolutely zero. You have to hear this story. It's really, really important for every American to hear this story. So, if you don't know, I was assaulted randomly about a month ago, a little more, on the street by a random person. I got a black eye, my teeth got all fucked up, and so the guy got arrested, and I've been dealing with this fucked up bureaucracy that's going on right now. It's so fucked. There's something called Marsy's Law, which is basic rights in California and a lot of states, where if you're in a situation like mine, it says you have to be told when there's a hearing or a trial. You always have to be told. If they let out the person who's against you, so that they could possibly attack you again, you have to be told. And you have a right to restitution, which is reimbursement for the money from everything from the attack. Now, the guy who attacked me is a transient, so he doesn't have any money. However, I'm still entitled to restitution, just, on the 1% chance that, he does, like, win the lottery in the future. Or, just like, it's just like my human rights. Like it's just, even if I'm not actually going to get any money because he has no money, it's something about, like, your human rights, right? So I went down to the police station. I said these things. I said, why was I not ordered restitution? Why was I not told about this hearing? And why, also a police report. I have to get a police report, which I have not been able to get, which there is this process they do where you have to mail it in. It takes a lot of time, but in certain situations like mine, where this guy could go to jail, and then if he goes to jail and then we get the restitution hearing after, it's going to be a lot harder to get him out of jail to go to the hearing, as opposed to just him not going to jail yet. So it's a matter of time, right, to get this restitution hearing. So I go there, and this guy from immediately starts just talking down to me and being condescending. Immediately, right from the beginning, saying things like I said, why would my lawyer say I could just come down here and get the police report? Or why would they say, even if you can't get the report, you can at least get the face page? Why are they saying this? And he's like, no, you're the one being rude. He said to me, you're the one being mean when Marsy's Law and my rights are being violated. He said, I'm the one who's being an asshole. And he said, he's being nice. He said, I quote, I'm being nice to you. I'm being nice to you. Who the fuck do you think you are? You're being nice to me? What the fuck? What the fuck? So, that happened. And then after that, it was just like an hour of this just shit being told, no, you can't get this, talking down to me like I'm a child. And then I asked him, straight up, this question came right from my cojones out of my mouth. It was, if you were in my situation, or your son was in my situation, where you were attacked on the street by a random person, punched in the eye multiple times, so you had a black eye, he could have blinded me, he'd hit me any harder, he could have killed me, plus my mouth is all fucked up, and I'm an actor on top of that, so that's another reason why my mouth being fucked up is not a fucking great thing. And I said, if you or your son had a mouth that's fucked up, had a black eye like mine from an assault, and you came and you were being treated the way you're treating me right now, not the whole LAPD, there are a lot of good police officers, but the way you're treating me right now, what would you do? And then he just starts answering another question that I said like 2 minutes before, completely bypasses it. So I say again after I listen, what would you do? Then he starts again. Then I say, no, you're not answering my question. Then he says, I'm interrupting him, but I'm interrupting you because you're not answering my question. So that's why. But then finally I go, okay, you know what? Fine. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not interrupting you. I'm not going to say anything. Talk. Say what you have to say. So then he talks, and for 5 minutes, again, he goes on and on and on and does not answer that question. He does not answer it. He goes on and on and on and on and on about you have to go downtown to get the police report, or something, you're not right, you're not correct here, and he goes on and on and on. And then he stops, and then I go, you still didn't answer the question. And I'm going to ask it again. Blah, 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 blah. And then he says this. He says, if you were my son and you came to the police like this and you disrespected the police officer like this, I would spank him. I would spank him. So he's saying he'd spank his son who just got assaulted. He's saying that my disrespect has nothing to do with him disrespecting me from the beginning. Has nothing to do with me, with the truth, which is that the police are breaking the law. They're breaking Marcy's law. So they're breaking the law. And I'm the one. I can't even say it. I'm too upset about this. But I'm the one. I can't even say it. I'm too fucking upset about this. But I'm the one. I'm the one. You know? I'm the one who's being rude and disrespectful. It's me. I'm the one who's disrespecting him. And he's being nice to me. So, it's just it's so incredibly fucked up. It's just so incredibly wrong, and fucked up. And they're not following Marcy's law. They don't give a shit. They're not following Marcy's law. Marcy's law also says that I am entitled to know if this guy who assaults me gets when he gets released. So if they're breaking Marcy's law already, there's no reason for me to expect they're going to stop breaking it. They're not going to tell me when this guy gets released, and then he could find me on the street and murder me at that point. So that's just like, okay. And then one of the guys from the police station, one of the other cops, at one point, he comes out and he goes, okay, great. I have the document right here. You're gonna take it and you're gonna go downtown to LA right now and get the police report. I'm gonna do that for you as soon as I come out. I said, great. And then 5 minutes later, he changes his mind. He says, nope, here's the paper. You gotta fill it out, send it into this place. Stop being a fucking pussy. Stop being a fucking pussy. America, this is not right. This is not right. Our country is better than this. Our country is fucking better than this. 4 years ago, I had cancer, okay? And I was I got treated at the National Institute of Health in Washington, D.C. because my cancer was so rare and they paid for everything. And it was so incredible. They're such nice, warm people. And because it's in Washington, D.C., I got the chance, to walk around and look at Washington, D.C. and look at Abraham Lincoln's, the beautiful statue, and Thomas Jefferson's memorial. Our country is not like that anymore. It's not what these amazing people did. It's not. It's fucking not. It's not. If they were alive, they would be ashamed. They would be so ashamed. They were such great people back then. They were so great and they accomplished so much, and without technology on top of it. If they came back today, they would be so ashamed at so much of the shit that we just fucking excuse and say it is being patriotic when it isn't. It's just fucked. It's just so fucked. And yes, I understand of coronavirus and COVID, and I understand that, and I get that everyone's going through shit, and that everyone's problems are compounded because of COVID, and I get that. But there's no excuse for just behavior, certain kinds of behavior, no matter what. No matter what. And, you know, we're better than this in America. We're better than this. We're better than this. And I hope people around the world they excuse us a little bit, because we're letting down the whole world. We're the most powerful, wealthy, or second most wealthy country in the world. I don't know. I mean, I think China is a little bit more now, but we have certain rights, certain responsibilities. We have the biggest military in the world, and that's a great thing, but we need to, the core stuff has to be there behind it. And we need to get other people in the world respecting us for our military and people who are at the top of the top, and not just thinking we're bullies. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I keep thinking there's something that I forgot about this incident. Have you ever been in a situation like this where you're talking with a terrible person, and then afterwards you kind of think about one thing that was really important, and then you forget it? It's really, really, it's a terrible sensation. But we're better than this. America, we're better than this. And we can change it again. We can really, really, really change it again. That's it.